Good co-op Rabbi, thank you for opening and framing this for us so well. It's so wonderful to see all of you here today. We're here a week before Pesach, Passover. This is really not just the opportunity for us to tell the story of our nation, but really to train the storytellers of our future. The Passover Seder gives us an opportunity to experience what it means to be a storyteller. And for me, this is the essence of what JQ has offered our community. The chance to give people the opportunity to tell their stories, whether they be painful or glorious, whether they be transformative or stunting. It's their story, and it's our chance to hear them and to be transformed through them. What JQ discovered over their years of impacting our community was that we needed to include and empower educators to be able to learn how to create the space for people to learn to tell stories. Today we have the opportunity to honor one of many educators JQ has empowered, and that's Inez Tiger. I will say, for anybody who knows Todd and Ron, they know that their soul comes from a place as an educator comes as well. Looking to care for, looking to open doors, looking to be an activist for those who cannot always fight for themselves. And that's really the essence of what a Jewish educator is. So, rather than me tell you all the reasons I think Inez is brilliant, I found the voices of those that she taught to speak for themselves, her own students. Her students talk about her as someone who cares for them deeply, that she has a passion for their growth, not just their education. They talk about how she takes each opportunity as a chance to teach them, to take responsibility for themselves, even if it means when they stashed candy on a middle school retreat, rather than scold, she just asked for some of that chocolate. She leaves her door open at all times. Even when the flood of students come in, she makes the moments for them to come sit down for casual conversation or deep philosophical pondering. One student says, I remember when she opened her doors to all students who just wanted to chill during snack. To students who wanted to have formal conversation about issues. She was there to listen. She exemplified what it means to be an active listener and taught them how to do the same to each other. They would talk about how they would get in trouble in class just to be able to go to Miss Tiger's office. But this was not just establishing opportunities in middle school to find time with Miss Tiger. It was developing a relationship that lasted for their many years. Many students, and I talked to most who were either in college or had graduated, talked about calling her from all over the world to get her counsel, to have someone who could listen, and someone who helped them explore the ways in which they were trying to challenge who they thought they were supposed to be versus who they were going to become. One of the things I discovered when my opportunity was to learn from her 7 years ago, when I was an intern with the council program that she established at Pressman Academy at Temple Beth Am, was that she wasn't just somebody who said, I'm an activist, and put it on their business card and walked around handing it to people. Or use their Facebook accounts to be able to say, here's what you all should do. Instead, she quietly and very precisely creates opportunities for others to become the activists for the things she's passionate about. She becomes trained first as a social worker, then as someone who can lead counsel, and then through Keshet and JQ, she learned how to create space to both educate people about the challenges and wonderful opportunities of being inclusive of those who are LGBTQ in our community. She manifested a transformation of allies within the community who didn't even know they had the capacity to be allies by creating formal and informal ways for them to express both their fears and doubts and also the ways in which the world didn't look the way their parents taught them it looked. She did this by making a difference by knowing the person, and not just saying, I need you to be the person I want you to be. She created opportunities for others to find their space. She invited parents in to have the same council session she would have with their students to talk about their lives and help them process their fears in order to create the positive energy that allows our community to be inclusive of everyone who wishes to be in it and those who don't know yet they are part of it. She has a line that she uses with all her students oftentimes when they walk into a room. She asks them to shift their energy. So I'm going to ask you guys to shift your energy. What does shift your energy mean? I'm going to play a little rabbinic commentary for you. I think when she said it to me, it says, I know you have a self, but be empathetic of others. Become a little more selfless. Be open to even the things that don't make you comfortable, because you have all of us to fall back on. And feel. It's so easy in our world today, especially in the Jewish world, to leave our compassion and our tolerance and our understanding in our brains. And to say, I know I can be a better person. She wants you to feel it. Inez, you join me for a second? We still have this. Inez has a favorite quote from Maya Angelou. It says, people won't remember what you said and what you did, but they remember how they made you feel. The truth is, everybody remembers what Inez did and what Inez said to them. But what they now know is that what they feel is as important.
Okay, we're done. I'm speechless. There we go. Thank you, Yechiel, for your beautiful words from your heart. I'm so touched, and you make me look far better on paper than I am. Thank you. There you go. I'm blessed to know you as a colleague, a friend, and an ally in this trailblazing work that we do. Thank you. And Rabbi Yechiel, thank you for that blessing. That was really lovely. I had some butterflies in my stomach, and as one of my wise mentors, Rabbi Yechiel Hoffman, always says, listen to the butterflies because it means you have something important to say. So I begin with thanking Asher Gallus and Janelle Eagle and all the board members of JQ who have bestowed this divine label on me of Trailblazer. I'm humbled by this unexpected acknowledgement and honor, and I'm profoundly appreciative. Thank you. I appreciate you, Todd Schatz and Ron Galperin. I'm privileged to be named with you, to get to know you, and I wish you both mazel tov and lots of nachas to you and your families. Being called a trailblazer is acknowledging someone for being a guide, a person who's willing to have uncomfortable yet necessary conversations and weathering the isolation and storms the path may bring. As a therapist, I'm far more comfortable having these conversations because the client is usually open and they're asked to travel that path with you. But as an educator, it's far more challenging because the demands and the restraints of the curriculum can be more result-oriented, data-driven. When I first took my training with Keshet, the LGBTQ community from Boston, about 12 years ago, I was so inspired by their midot, their values that I've integrated into their work, that I brought back the same notion of integrating our Jewish values with our midot in Kesher, the life skills class that we teach at Pressman. And we're integrated with the human development curriculum we teach. I met Asher at the training, and we immediately began to collaborate on bringing these ideas and conversations into the classroom. As a middle school counselor at the time, I was having these conversations privately with young people in my office, but they were not happening in the larger public setting. I forged ahead in the classroom with two of my co-trailblazers, Cheryl Hirsch, the middle school principal at the time, and Rabbi Mitch Malkus, the head of school of Pressman Academy at the time. They supported me at a time when the conservative movement had not yet ordained LGBTQ rabbis, and Prop 8 was not even on the ballot. We had an opt-out letter for 8th grade parents who did not wish to have their children taught or discuss Leviticus and listen to LGBT stories. We had parents complaining to Mitch and Cheryl about my intentions and my ability to influence young people to make them gay. We may now chuckle at the absurdity of these complaints, but at the time it was tough, it was isolating and frustrating when I could not influence a group of people to be more open and empathic and see the conversations as stories of human beings, not defined by labels. Mitch and Cheryl stood steadfast in their support of my work and the goals of the curriculum for the school. And to this day, this support continues, and I thank Pressman Academy, Rabbi Rembam, our interim head of school, and all the incredible colleagues and parents and students I work with at this wonderful school. I was not alone in my work in the life skills class. I have a wonderful friend and co-facilitator, Natalie White, and my mentor, David Marston, who were right alongside me as I lamented and deliberated on these difficult conversations while helping young people to come out safely in the privacy of my counseling office. So I thank you, Mitch, Cheryl, Natalie, and David. Our compasses have always matched, and I'm forever indebted and grateful. Once Asher started coming into the life skills classes to share his journey, along with Janelle and various other speakers, students began to put a personal narrative to LGBTQ lives, and the fear and the opting out of the classes lessened. The conservative movement also shifted its direction, and we have not handed out an opt-out letter in the past 2 years. Thank you, Asha, again, for your divine and inspirational spirit and energy that you always bring to our classes. Personally, I'm a daughter and a sister of Trailblazers. My parents, Siggy, and my late mother, Judy, have stories of resistance and assistance during the time of apartheid in South Africa. My oldest brother, Michael, came out at a time of intense homophobia coupled with anti-Semitism in South Africa. It was not easy for him and for our family. My brother, Peter, emigrated to America and trailed away from me, and later for my sister, Leonie, and my parents. Leonie emigrated to Israel and made a trail for herself there, and is now here in Los Angeles. I thank my children, Gabe and Isabella and Mark, for your constant support and love. Us Tigers are not afraid to start anew and forge down paths unknown, because we support and care for each other, and as my father always says, the only thing you have in this world is your name. So to all the educators, the leaders, the parents, the therapists, the siblings, the grandparents, anyone who works or lives and interacts with children, we know that these little Buddhas have been placed in our lives to teach us more about ourselves than them, and we are entrusted and blessed to guide them along the path to acceptance, self-love, and living their truth. I thank all the young people whose journeys they have allowed me to share, and to all of you here today, thank you for your generous support and love. Thank you.
See this lovely map. We'll have many places you can secure, hopefully, for your students to see, to know what a role model you are, and what they can strive for. So it says, the JQ International Trailblazer Award presented to Inez Tiger on April 6, 2014.